Hello students. So today in this lecture, part number 3rd, we are going to learn the proceeding fact about the lesson which we started in my last lecture. So lastly, as I do the recap of that lesson, we studied about the embroidery work, we studied about the bead work, reference, and we studied about the basic work related to the clay and other things also. Today I'll take the bead and the zari work in the more advanced level, and also will be starting from the leather industry. Now students, as we know that we all are made by the leather, means skin. Skin is the hide of animal, where animal needs to hide itself, and we need to hide ourselves by the help of the leather, which is a protective skin on our body, or we can say that it is a protective layer of our body. But what happens when an animal is dying? We are actually using that leather into the basic our purposes. So if we talk about the topic of today's, that is the leather industry, that is depending over the skin of the dead animals. Now in this conceptual theory, there is no description, and I will not promote any kind of theories where you need to understand, or where a bad message can be going that leather industry is related with the only killing of the animal and furthermore getting the leather. No, it's not like that. Leather industry, leather progressing art is actually related with the leather which we are, or which the industries are using after the animal is naturally dead. So that is a leather art of the industry too here. Now in the musical instruments, if you talk about, most of the instruments are sound producing instruments like dholak, tabla and many more other also. They are also made by the leather of the animals. And same as if you talk about our basic accessibilities of our daily uses material, also somehow it is related with the section of leather industries or the leather products also, in which we can calculate like belt, we use wallet, we use purse, or we use any kind of carpet or any kind of jackets or whatever shoes are there, hand gloves are there, many more things related to the leather, which is somehow long lasting as well durable too. So the concept is that from where this industrial development started, from where the fact of leather started, from where the leather was a prominent usable material, included the human life and its daily lifestyle or the routine here. So today we are going to learn the basic thing about the leather industry. See, in the ancient time, when there was no any fridge, when there was no any thermos bottles, they were using the leather bags to keep the water. Now keeping the water inside the leather bag is antibacterial too. It is not responsible, or it is not producing any kind of bacteria. Furthermore, it is also very helpful for your health. If you are drinking, if you don't have a correspondence bottle, or we can say that if you don't have any kind of thermos bottle along with you, or the water bottle. Further, if we go more further in the detail, we need to understand that these leather bags were also somehow percolating the water from inside. Now percolation of the water can be mixed with the oxygen or the environment or the air, moving air or the wind also, and it can be cooling the upper layer of the body of that bag. So it can be cooling the internal temperature of the water also. Therefore it was also used as the leather water bag fillers too. So therefore we need to understand that this leather industry, leather work and many more things are very important to us, and therefore we need to protect this leather industry too here in the today's world, because today steel age, glass age and many more ceramic ages are working comprehensively together, where this leather industry has been somehow remained backward. So the skin of dead animal, as I said you, is used for this purpose of the leather industry, and therefore making of the masak is also one of the artistic thing related to the leather. Now masak is the same thing where I described you the leather water bottles. Okay, leather water carrying bottles. So therefore blacksmith also uses this kinds of thing in order to produce the oxygen, or in order to pressurize the air inside the chimney, where they can enhance the degree Celsius or the Fahrenheit also, means the temperature of that whatever furnace is there. So as I said you, it is used in the tabla also, it is used in the mojadi also, it is used in the shoes also, and it is used in many more comprehensive purpose also, as the belt also, or to tie the animal also. Okay, my dear student, so that is the basic thing about the leather work also. Now if you go contemporarily more apart from that, then leather industry has permanent place in India. Some of the places are there, some of the featuring industries are there, which are actually we need to understand that on a prominent level they are improving their capability and the commutative purpose, materials, and their durability, originality also regarding the leather. So therefore well knitted mojadi of Rajasthan is also very famous here. Shoes, then leather knitted purses here, belt, and many more things also. Like the horse is there. If you are going to ride the horse, just an example, if I'm gonna ride a horse, what I'll need a good backup to sit on that. Okay, so that seats are also somehow pressurized into the industry to make into the good cushions seat, which are able to proceed, or which are able to perfectly fit over the haunches of the horse or the back portion of the horse, and where the rider as well I can also sit on that here. So that is also for the horse, camel, which is known as saj. Okay, so where we are sitting, actually it is known as the saj here, and then palan also, or the lagan also, you can say that, and many more things are there related with the leather industry. So my dear student, this is also used as the whip of the animals or the hunter of the animal. So we need to understand that leather industry, skin of the dead animals and leather related instrumental materials are very best thing which we are using from the natural thing. And see, here I would like to describe you one theory of the concept, that this all the industries are actually promoting the nature also. Why? Because when we are using apart from this leather industry, when we are using basically the plastic materials, or we are using a polycarbonate material, or we use any kind of like a resin material, they are actually not helpful for the nature as well. They don't decompose themselves completely. But if we talk about the leather, yes, of course they can be decomposing completely, they can be mixing with the nature, and it is also very surety that they will not harm to the nature. But there is only one conceptual theory, and there is only one rule which we need to understand, is that whenever we use a leather material, we need to understand that the leather material should be only used from the dead animals. As I'll mark down here, this should be used only for the dead animals, not from the live animals. And as we go more further, more brands are also there available in this leather material as per the high prominent featuring brand also in our world. Now moving to the to the next topic, that is diamond, bead, and enamel work here. Now luxury is the basic prominent we need to understand envy of our human beings, fantasy of our human beings, which is leading our life from the ancient time. As we know that generally that we need to dress ourselves, we need to design ourselves very well, we need to prominent ourselves in a development that people could see us, that yeah, that person is belonging to the good grade of the family, that person is belonging to the rich grade of the family. And in that case of the basic theory, we need to understand that diamond is used, bead is used, and many more other, we can say, high priced value ornamental things are also used here. So my dear students, as we talk about the India's coastal boundary, it has started from the 7,517 kilometers coastal boundary. Now why we are talking about the coastal boundary? Because these kinds of precious stones can be available most of from the watery zone, whether it may be a river or connected to the sea also. So therefore east, west, south, and if you talk about the diamond, bead are available in the somehow plenty of the amount since from the ancient time till the now also. Yeah, just we need to find it out. So in this case of theory, we need to understand that since the ancient time, the trade of diamond has been gone apart till the world. And as we know that I have written here, that is the gem diamond Kohinoor, you can see it out here. Mughal time. Mughal time means what? Actually it is referring from the Mughal era. It is referring from the Mughal era, as the Mughal emperor, Mughal king, queen, or their sultanate, okay, used to show their luxury only by the help of diamond, bead, gold, and many more things also. So therefore we need to understand the trade of diamond also carried out from the world apart and started from the India, and therefore they made this thing to cross from the sea route, or we can say that accomplished from the sea route. And as the Indian found the diamond and bead ornament very useful, they started to proceed more further in this industrial level, where Kohinoor was leading on the top level of the almost diamonds here. If you talk about Kohinoor, apart from there, some of the precious stones are also there, like Panna is there, Pokhraj is there, or we need to understand that other diamonds are also relatively with that here. So therefore, we found this only in India, and as the royal people use the diamond and jewelry maximum there, with the bead and variety of the other diamond work too here. So now diamond, ruby, bead, enamel, or we can say topaz, or the other beautiful ornamental things were also used in the thrones, and where they were sitting also, or in the crowns also, where they were using the crown over their head to show their comfortability, that yeah, we are the people who can access this kinds of thing, we are the people who can access this kinds of diamond, bead work, enamel work, and we can access them easily. Even they were giving in the gift also to the other common people, the diamond, bead, or other thing also. Why? Because to show their how highly they are proceeding with the royal lifestyle. So therefore, we need to understand that the crowns were also somehow studded with the diamonds, and as well as jewelry like bracelet. See, today we use this gadget. Actually, it is a smart watch. It's a normal watch, not a smart watch, analog watch. It is mechanically working, but in the ancient time they were using the bracelets and many more things here in the form of diamond, or related to the form of diamond also. Then beads were also found somehow. If you talk about the Gujarat, beads were also found in the Gujarat, and in the beautiful bead, what we made, we made torans, then we made pachits, okay, then garlands to wear in the neck here, and also kings and queens were somehow greeted with the bead and diamond work too here. So my dear students, we need to understand that diamond equal to royalty, diamond and bead or enamel equal to luxury of the royalty, or the showcase of the royalty. So here they also found in the Gujarat, as I said you, toran, pachit, pots, bari, yani ki door grills, and many more things also, chakdas. A traditional wall piece also was decorative with this kinds of thing here. And if you go more further, somehow decorative in the purpose like coconut also used at the timing of ceremonies, lagnas, and many more things also. As we know that if we belong to the Hindu Samaj, we know that whenever we do the yagnas, whenever we do the havans, whenever we pray to the god, we need these kinds of things also, like lagna na naryalis and all, usme bhi kahin na kahin ye sab use hota tha. So indhoni, then modia, and many more things also, cover of the mouth of the bullock horns, and many more things. So we were using this kinds of thing. Now hand fans also, when the light is not there, we generally used to move the hand fans. Okay, we don't have the inverter at home. In the ancient time there was no any light. Okay, so they were using the hand fan too here, covered with the jewel and many more things, needed with a unique artistic way in the bead and enamel work too here. See, my dear students, the basic concept which I am actually need to convey you is that what we live the today's life was more is far better than the ancient life. But if you talk about apart from technically and logically, the ancient life was better than today's life also, because today's life is fast, hard, and it is technically life. Okay, but in the ancient time they were using their logic more compared with the techniques, and then they were comparing their logic with the techniques, and then they gave birth to the civilization where everything was designed from the original purpose of the base ground. So therefore we need to understand hand fans, as I said you, jewelans, and many more knitting. A unique artistic way can be seen in the ancient time, where India is the leading country if you talk about the jewelry since the ancient time, my dear students. And India is only one of the country in the world which here expertise this enamel work, as we talk about. Apart from the gold and silver also, it is enamel work like artistic skill work, which is including somehow ornamental bright red color, or it can be somehow green color, or it can be somehow blue color, gold and silver ornamental colors, including ring, bangle, earrings, okay, keychains, and many more things, okay, can be seen with the enamel work, means stone filling work also. Now experts of enamel work are somehow the expert of the work which is relating with the beauty also, as we can compare. So especially in the Jaipur, as you know that Jaipur is not only famous for the stone work, but is also famous for the stone artistic work, that is enamel work. Okay, like Delhi also is famous for that, Lucknow is also famous for that, Varanasi is too here, as well as the Hyderabad too for this kinds of enamel work and many more artistic thing of the work also. So here we need to understand that today we are actually living in this life of the instruments of the ancient time, which is we are using now, clothes we are wearing, but we are actually living very simple life here. If you talk about the ancient time, they were using the life which was somehow exaggerated, somehow life with a hyperbolic thing, somehow the life without the machinery, but the life with the basic technologies. So that is only what I'm gonna convey you. Now if we talk about the golden threads, now say my students, zari work, okay, don't call like a zari work, okay, that's the zari work. Now it is related with the golden silver threads. Now Surat why I wrote here, because Surat is most prominent place where this work is somehow carried out. Let's take it out. If you talk about the zari work, then zari work in India is related with the golden thread weaving art work, with the clothes and embroidery too. As we read in the previous lecture, embroidery can be done by the thread also, and as I said you, it can be done as the zari work embroidery too, with the using silver and golden threads also. So therefore decorative clothes can be somehow progressed well, they can be protected well. Surat is a prominent place if you talk about the zari work, as well diamond also, but more apart from the diamond work, zari work is there done basically. So Surat is the prominent place for the zari work, and therefore decorating, knitting, embroidery and zardosi work is also done there. Somehow it has a unique beauty compared with the other clothes. As well, the even artisans of the Surat are world famous. If we talk about, my dear students, Surat is the prominent place very nearer to us, because as I am leading the syllabus of GSCB board, Gujarat secondary board, our Gujarat is having this somehow a great city where we need to understand that the artisans are world famous about the zari work also. So what they make generally, they are somehow making beautiful dresses like sari, then a panetter, then they are making like ghagra cholis and many more things also related with the zari, and when it is needed somehow they are using this kinds of artistic thread also to fill the beauty by their hand. So this lecture part third is also showcasing the advanced featured level from the ancient time to the beauty, luxury, hard work, workmanship and the town also of especially the Gujarat and the Indian zones, where we need to understand diamond work, leather work, zari work, zardosi work, enamel work, bead work and many more work somehow are given there as an example formula. So my dear students, I hope this lecture is helpful to you, and this level of the work which they did in the past days are now also somehow sustained by some group of people. But if I talk about the group of people apart from them, the invaders who came to India, actually they mesmerized themselves by seeing this kinds of culture. Even today also, when the foreigners are coming in India, when the people who are NRI coming back to India, they are actually, when they are coming to know this fact, they are also mesmerized by this culture about the theory. So this is the lecture part third. We will meet in the part 4, where we will be taking the basic other formula and examples related to this lesson. Till then, you can take care.